Hola. Welcome,
Hola.
everyone. Welcome. It is I, Alberta Bell Coffee.
And I am Cream Tiffany Davis.
And together we are Queens of Conversations.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Moody.
I'm sharing the live, so that's what I'm doing right now.
I'll have to share too. So, Tiffany.
So today we're doing a Sankofa fundraiser for Delvin, Moody. Just want to explain what Sankofa is. Sankofa is a metaphorical symbol used by the people of Ghana, generally depicted as a bird with its head turned backward, taking an egg from its back. It expresses the importance of reaching back to knowledge gained in the past and bringing it into the present in order to make positive progress. We thought that this was so fitting. It actually just depicts what we feel that Mr. Moody is doing. So we reach back, if you will, to current and former residents of Utica who have a heart for their hometown and want to say hi and support a young man who is truly about his community. So thank you, Delvin. And Miss Coffee, take it away.
So, I'll call me Cream again. So, Mr. Moody, welcome again. Thank you for joining us. It is an honor to be in your presence.
Oh.
So we have some guests that's going to be stepping through periodically, but in the meantime, excuse me, I would like for you to tell us why you became a counselor.
Yeah, that's a great question. So it really started on Amtrak, and I promise this is not a shameless Joe Biden plug, but it really started on Amtrak because I had been going back and forth from U of R undergrad to Utica, and every weekend that I would come back, which was about every other weekend, I felt that Cornhill was in like a status quo. And I also felt that there was a lot of development happening in downtown. People were doing like master projects and planning for the downtown area. The governor was announcing, millions and millions of dollars for the downtown area. And I knew that Cornhill was a place that did not have the same conversations around it. It was labeled as a place with tremendous potential. And if you grew up in Cornhill, or I mean, I would argue anybody Black some way grew up in Cornhill because you just couldn't avoid it, whether you lived there yourself or your grandmamas or your cousins. Somebody lived in Cornhill in your family. So it was a place with tremendous potential, memories, and opportunities. But I just felt that there was so much missing in the conversation. And so at the time that I decided to run, I had traveled the world, been to Israel, met with global leaders, met with the Prime Minister of Israel. I had advocated successfully in Washington, D.C., went to the United Nations. I mean, organized the Joint Collegiate Student Summit of a national leadership agenda between HBCUs and PWIs, trying to bridge the gap. It was in the middle of Trayvon Martin. We were all just high off of life in that moment. And so I had these national leadership opportunities. And when you travel the world in the country, it gives you greater exposure. You're able to see what's possible. And I were talking to people who said my community was just like Cornhill, same dynamics. Cornhill is not unique. I mean, there are thousands of communities like Cornhill. And I felt that there were conversations that needed to be had that were not being had. And so when the opportunity came, unfortunately, the late Councilman Bill Phillips was on the nearing part of his life. And so, there was conversation about, if he was not going to run again, so who should step forward? And at the time, given some of the names that I were hearing, or people just speculating, I felt that I would be the best person to represent the area. I was young, I have the energy, and I was a reader, and I did my homework, right? And Cornhill needed somebody to do the homework and not be afraid. I'll say it this way: not be afraid to be the fighter that's needed for Cornhill. So that's ultimately why I ran.
Oh wow, that's awful.
Yeah.
Um, and I hate to ask this question. So what exactly is the political process in becoming a councilman? Like, what exactly does a councilman do?
So yeah, so that's a whole process. So we just got done with petitioning. So the first step is, if you are interested in running for office, you have to uh, carry a petition. So you have to get a certain number of people in that area to say, we want you to be on the ballot. Um, Generally, it's for a party: Democrat, Republican, conservative, working families, and most politicians get on more than one line to make sure that they're on the ballot. So, so that's the election process. You get on the petition. You get your petitions. You get on the ballot. You go through a primary if you're a Democrat and you have a Democrat running against you. If you don't have a Democrat running against you, you go to the general election, and the general election is anybody can vote for you, whosoever will. So, but then after that, right? After you're elected, after January 1 and you're on the council, then that's where the work begins. And you make your interest known about what committees you want to serve on. I had a big interest toward, I had a huge interest toward housing and neighborhood preservation and urban renewal. So that's the committee that I chair. I also, of course, given Cornhill, had a major interest toward public safety. So I'm the vice chair for public safety for the city of Utica. Two major committees on the Common Council. So then that's when the work starts. I mean, you get on the committee, you look, you talk with your constituents, you see what you want to do. Hopefully, if you're running, you already have a few ideas, and you learn. You learn what's possible and what's feasible. But the other thing you do while you're trying to do overarching things for the city through legislation, ordinance, local laws, and things like that, you also have to be the people's councilman. You got to answer, calls, and you got to make sure that your constituents are happy. Like right now, I got a whole bunch of sticky notes on my desk with things that people need me to do. Be it we need a stop sign here, or no parking sign here, or don't put your trash here, or this lady next to me got 20 feral cats and she keep feeding them, and so what are you going to do about it? Or they outside of my house drinking every day, and I called the police and nobody's doing. So you handle all of those things, but for the most part on the day to day, I'm observing and writing. I'm observing what change needs to be happen, and writing what law that I think can best impact that problem or situation.
Okay, thank you. So I know it's sometimes. You have a question, Tiffany? Go ahead.
Tiffany has a question.
I have a quick question. Can you go over your terms and how important is, like, not how important, but how much can get done in a term? And why is it like important to for someone who has a heart to keep running again?
Yeah. So council is 2 years. So we run every 2 years, which means we're running every other year. That's essentially what it means. So what can you get done in 2 years? A lot, but I will not say you can get a lot done per se. Hypothetically, you can get a lot done because you can submit ordinances every month, every meeting, and potentially get 5 votes. In reality, in 2 years, it takes a lot of work. And with any political process, and I'm going to be honest, even though this is a campaign, and I know folks are probably asking, what have you done? And so I'm going to defy what I'm getting ready to say. But if you're not working hard, you won't get much done. If you're not being innovative, you won't get much done, because you have to learn the political dynamics. I have been blessed by the fact that I grew up in a Christian household, and so I understand the importance of prayer. And so that has led me and guided me on who to trust and who not to trust. If I did not have that, I'm sure City Hall would be running me rampant. I would not get anything done because they would be running me to this person, that person, and that person. So yeah, so it is tough work. And you have to understand, if you're in this office as a city official, especially as a council person, If you want to move the needle, you have to have a long game, and you're not going to get it all done in a year, because in 1 year time, because I said it's 2 years. So in 1 year time, I have to tell people what I've done and what I plan to do in 1 year. So you take me as a new person who had to learn how to be a councilman, had to learn how to just be in City Hall. Then I have to get something done. And from my last election, from January 1st of 2019 until now, the question is, what have you done and what are you going to do? That's a hard question for anybody, for anybody. In a year and a half, what have you done against establishment, against politicians that have to rob Peter to pay Paul, that owe this person that and owe that person that? It's, so and I'm sure I'll probably get into it. So that's the difficult part, because especially with us beautifully melanated folks, it's easy to say this person or that person ain't done nothing. And sometimes it's difficult to always share just how much you've done, just how much you've been trying to do, and why, if it has not happened, why it has not happened. And I think, if anything, I try to share, here's what I've done, here's what happened, and here's why it's not happening right now.
I got a question in the comments that's asking, do you have to have a political science degree to be a city council representative?
Do you have to have a what?
A political science degree to be a city council representative?
No, you don't have to have any degree. There are people on the council right now that don't have any degree.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to, no. I would say, to be a council person, you have to love the community that you're in, and have some sort of ability, and be able to do your homework.
Okay. Yeah. So how is it? I know it's very important. To you, how important is community support, and why do you think it's so difficult to get the community to support you?
Yeah, how important is community support? It's everything. It's absolutely everything, and it's difficult trying to figure out what's going to get consistent community support, right? So, like for me, when George Floyd died, we were able to bring over 1,000 people for that protest. Well, close to 1,000 people for that protest, for justice and equity. But I guarantee you, those same 1,000 folks didn't go to vote, right? So you can get support in one avenue, but not in the other. But community support is important. When we talk about paving roads, when we talk about, what economic development gets done in what area, I can advocate all day long, and I do, but I'm one vote of 9. And so I have to build consensus amongst the other 8 folks on the council, what's important and what's not important. And if you don't have strong community buy-in, or strong community support, people in the community going to vote, or making their voice heard, it becomes increasingly difficult, right, to have that voice even magnified in City Hall, because they feel like it's not important, right? Not enough people care about the issue. Not enough people are saying anything. For example, when flooding happened, while Cornhill was impacted as well, there was a greater emphasis to look at places like South Utica and North Utica. I mean, who had tremendous flooding issues. I mean, just the gamut. But not for places like Cornhill. And I think part of that is because people were in those meetings. I mean, literally, homeowners were in those meetings saying, "This is what happened to my house. Here are the pictures." And so, if you don't have a community that's backing you when you're fighting in City Hall, sometimes it can become more difficult. Now, you asked a question as to why do I think that is. I think that is because so many people have put a lot of faith into the political process and have been disappointed. Be it from the same people who always run and they feel nothing has changed, or be it even if you are Black, them just feeling that even if you're a good council person, you're not going to be able to change my life situation right now. So, for me, what I try to do all the time is make sure that I'm not just a vote in City Hall or in Utica for Cornhill, but that I'm a voice for Cornhill. And because of that, I engage myself with different things in Cornhill that go beyond just voting on legislation. I become a part of different nonprofit boards and do different projects and stuff because I want to make sure that it's not just centered around voting. And so I think once the community knows that their voice is important and impactful, I think they'll get more involved. But I'll shut up there because I don't want to ramble too much. So
Thank you so much for the information. And we have been joined by our very own Utica native, beautiful, hailing from England, Lanice Harrington, a life
from
coach from
England.
Lanice. He's in England.
Yes.
Hi, beautiful. Thank you for
Hi,
joining
everyone.
us.
Thank you.
Hi, cousin.
Hey, cousin. Yes. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
What time is it over there?
It's 8:20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Lanice has her own business. I'll let you explain what you do and what you're offering and our fundraising efforts for Mr. Moody.
Yes. So I'm definitely here to support anyone, not just anyone, but you, Delvin, and going and what you represent for our community, and what it will mean to have someone who has a voice and wants to be a voice in these meetings speaking for us. So let me say that first. So thank you for what it is that you're doing.
Thank you.
I am a life coach. I specifically focus in with self-love and self-development with women. I have been life coaching for the last, let's say, we're going on 2 years now officially, but I feel like I've been coaching my whole life. But yeah, so I offer 8-week sessions and 12-week sessions, but for this specific purpose of getting people to contribute and donate, I am offering a free one-on-one session where we work on anything from any goals that are set that need to be set and worked on, or to anything that you specifically feel as though you've hit a wall on. I help to break through those walls to get you to the place that you want to be. So I am offering a free session for whomever. It doesn't have to be a woman, while I specialize in women. But yeah,
I'm about to tweet that right now. It's lit. We live.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Lanice is very good. Lanice, she's younger than I am, but she's old.
Yes.
And
Thank
I
you.
was going through a very, very difficult time in my life, and Lanice has shown her excellent life coach skills throughout that entire process. I mean, there was times where I just was ready to throw in the towel, and Lanice soothing, nurturing words. I'm gonna bring my baby to come see you this weekend. Her beautiful daughter really helped me get through that dark time. So I can vouch for her life coaching skills. They are amazing. And when I tell you, I was at the darkest point in my life. I was at the darkest place in my life, and she helped me crawl out that dark hole. She really did.
Lanice,
So we
that
can
is
contact.
amazing.
Her website is www.lanicelistens.com. If you're interested in that one-on-one session, you can let be known in the comments. You would just donate at where is it? www.delvinmoody.com, and then we will connect you with Lanice for that donation. Thank you so much.
You are
Do you have
so
any questions for Delvin?
Okay. Yeah, sure I do. As a fellow Utica native, and I love Utica, 315 till I die. what is it that you feel is missing amongst the youth right now, and how do you plan on making a more direct impact on what you feel that they're missing?
Yeah, the number one thing that's missing, great question, is mentorship. There is no forum by which older brilliance can connect with younger brilliance. We don't have community centers. And one of the things that I've said, that instead of us waiting until we can build the next best community center or spend millions of dollars in innovating or transforming a center, what we need to do is we need to create centers of community, be that through events or through networking opportunities, where the community can come together, because we don't see each other enough, right? And so we don't have that synergy just as one big, beautiful, happy family. So because of that, we don't have mentors. Middle-aged men don't know the young men. Middle-aged women don't know the young women. And the whole gamut in between. So we need mentorship, and we need to make sure that it's sustained, supported, and that we have the resources to do it. It's not just a community center that is recreationally centered, because even in the community center model, what we have, if we don't have mentorship, is we'll have great young men teaching great older men teaching fantastic young men how to dribble a ball and put it in the basketball hoop, but they'll go home and their lives will still be messed up. They'll be horrible partners in their relationships. They'll be horrible people, but they'll be skilled in their athletics. And so we need to build community centers, but we need to first start with mentorship. And so one of the ways that I'm fighting that issue and some of the solutions that I have is I have been in touch with the Obama Foundation for the past year now. And I'm hoping that in the next year to come, now that we have this, we have a collaborative, I won't share the name here, but we have a collaborative of young professionals meeting together regularly to start a non-for-profit organization. Once that is up and running, I believe that would be a catalyst for us to have a My Brother's Keeper program, mentorship program in the city of Utica. And you know, My Brother's Keepers is through the Obama Foundation. And so I'm hoping they have already agreed to being in Utica. The Obama Foundation has agreed to being in Utica, have agreed to give us support resources wise. We just need to put the people together to make it happen. And so I'm hoping with that, I'm hoping utilizing the strength of Obama's name, we'll get young men and women that's really, really excited about helping in this mentorship.
I love that. I love that. In fact, that's what I would have said. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, seriously, mentorship is huge. So I'm happy that that's something that's on your on your view, like on your map of things that you want to handle and tackle. So I'm excited to see how that all unfolds, and good luck with everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right, y'all. I'm going to eat dinner.
Thank
Nice.
you. Join us.
I'm about to donate to
I'll be in
myself
touch.
so I can get that life coach.
Listen.
I need that life coach too.
Listen.
A group life coach.
All right, y'all. Good night or good morning, whatever time it is there. Good afternoon.
Right.
Bye.
30 p.m. here. Denise Listens, www.eliselistens.com. She is an excellent life coach. She really is. She really is. And she also has a book. What's the name of her book?
I can go get it.
I know we should have had it available. She also has a book available on Amazon. That I have it an e-version, I believe. She has written for individuals. Yes.
I bet it's absolutely amazing.
You have it?
I don't, but I know writing books is difficult, so I'm sure it's good.
So, Mr. Moody, are you single?
Am I single? Yes.
Are you dating?
I don't know why you trying to get me in trouble this Sunday afternoon.
Are you looking for Michelle Obama?
Is it okay if I share the book first before we go into the
I just wanted to catch you. I caught him off his toes a little bit. He like, what?
I was going to see how I was going to answer that question first, but you know.
Of course, you're gonna say you seen because you're not married. So Lanice's book is, I can't see it.
A love
What's the
note
name?
to self. A love note to self. Your self-love guide.
A love note to yourself, a self-love guide is available on Amazon by Lanice Heron. Is there Lanice listens? So her book is available on Amazon. I just caught Delvin off his toes a little bit. So are you looking for Michelle Obama?
I don't know that I'm looking for Michelle Obama. I'm looking for my Eve.
Oh, you're Eve? You're Eve?
I'm looking for my rib. I'm looking for my person. You know, honestly, somebody to share memories with. Yeah. And I wouldn't even say looking. I wouldn't even say looking. So yeah, decipher that as you may.
Okay.
Looking requires active participation.
Okay. So there's a couple of our donors that's not able to come on the call today. So Tiffany, do you wanna do our first donor who can't show up today? But who is it?
And please send those to me too, so I can send our campaign team. We send out thank yous and all that other stuff. So I need to get everybody's address and just blast them with thank yous.
Indeed. So we have Gary Munn, who is the owner of Organic Touch Therapy. His website is listed here. He is doing a 1-hour massage that's equal to the value of $75. And so anyone who donates at least what is it, $50 coffee, they donate $50, they could win this 1-hour massage with Gary Munn. Again, that's Organic Touch Therapy with Gary Munn. You want me to do another one, Alberta, or coffee?
Talking, I'm on mute. And how do we view what will be auctioned? We'll list all the websites in the group, as well as some pictures. Gary Munn, I don't know if y'all seen Gary Munn. He got big muscles and nice strong hands. So I think I might be buying that one. But I'm not in Utica, so
Sell it, coffee, sell it.
So we thank Gary for it. He got strong hands and big muscles. So you don't want me to come to his salon. He'll probably kick me out. But but yes, his work is very good. He gave me I received a shoulder massage from him when he was just in school. So he's certified now. So yes, I'll list those, the websites and the pictures and everything within the group to be auctioned off. But again, and you can also state what you're interested in and let me know. Like say if you want to do the massage or the one-on-one session, and you can you'll get a receipt once you donate to Delvin Moody, and you can inbox me that receipt, and that's how you'll get your certificate. And again, you could donate at delvinmoody.com. And there's a way for us to tell who's donated and so on and so forth. So just let me know. You can put it in the chat and say I'm interested in this and donate to delvinmoody.com. We can connect the dots.
And I want to say this too, because sometimes when it's other elected officials, they say, well, what do you need the money for? I think sometimes in our community, that's always the question. Well, what do you need the money for? What do you need the money for? Let me tell you something. Let me say this. Campaigns are not cheap. Printing is not cheap. Anytime you get a postcard that you throw out from a politician, we had to pay for that. so when I see my literature just flown out over after I got done knocking on doors and stuff, no, but I mean it's just the nature of the beast. But no, all of it goes to those types of costs because it does cost money. Websites, videography, getting the message out, literature, it costs finance. And one thing about our campaign, because we're in Cornhill, we have to do even more because we have a major educational curve, right? Where in other areas, people are generally involved in the election and stuff like that. In Cornhill, we have to work twice as hard, send out twice as much, connect with voters even more because some of them are not engaged, and so it costs more money to engage people who are not voting than it does those who have a natural tendency to look at the paper or read the news and things of that nature. So we have to do a little bit more. So all of the finances are going toward that mission to help us maximize our campaign and maximize our impact. And we're not spending every dollar just on whatever. We want to make sure that we have money in the bank. So if we decide to run for higher offices, right, we have some finances there to help us in those endeavors.
Okay. Oh, I myself am a Bedroom Candy, I'm gonna say candy coated consultant, which I'm gonna keep it clean for the sake of this
Thank you.
campaign.
Godspeed.
However,
Thank you. Godspeed.
Bedroom Candy sells more than novelties. We sell bath and body products and we sell makeup. I am wearing Pretty Powerful Fair Lipstick by Candy Coated. We also have products for men. This is our Arrows body wash for men, as well as lotion. Let me tell you, this smells so good. I was about to say something inappropriate, but this smells really, really good.
So you know what it smells like.
I know what it smells like, and it can cause a reaction from women. Let me say that. This is our Bedroom Candy men body
It
wash.
sounds like she's speaking from experience.
We also have female Firmoin Enhanced Body Mist by Bedroom Candy, as well as lotion. This is Firmoin Enhanced. It's designed to attract the opposite. Well, attract somebody. I don't want to say the opposite sex. It's gonna smell good. And we have a new line of CBD infused products. And this is our CBD infused lavender cream, and it helps with pain. It's perfect for relaxation and pampering. It's made with natural ingredients. Here, we also have activated charcoal body bar. Excellent. So I am donating $100 worth of Bedroom Candy products for $50. So you donate $50 to Delvin, you will get $100 worth of Bedroom Candy products. And you don't just have to buy the bath and body products and the makeup. You can buy whatever you want with that $100. So if you're interested in Bedroom Candy, we have concealer. I'm gonna put my concealer, see. We have concealer, which I'm wearing. See. Candy coated makeup, you can't tell. It's designed for melanated skin.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Again, $50 to Delvin will get you $100 worth of Bedroom Candy products, and I'll do two. So two people can purchase $50 worth of. Donate $50 to Delvin will get $100 each for Bedroom Candy. We have our next guest here. Who is she? Oh, wait, she went out. So I had to do that Bedroom Candy quick, but again. We have like beard oil. We have oil for beards and stuff. We have shampoo and conditioner. The products are really good and they're all natural. So check Bedroom Candy out. All right, here we go. We have our next. Maybe something wrong with the internet. Hold on. There she go. Hola. Hi,
Hi,
beautiful.
Hello.
how are you?
Hi.
I am
Hello, everyone.
Alberta.
Welcome.
Thank you. I am Alberta's older sister, just in case you can't tell, she looks like me.
Wow.
And
No.
I grew up in Utica. I now live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I have watched you from afar, Delvin. I have prayed for you because I have always believed that Utica is in need of great revival. And I believe that God was going to raise up someone from the city, to help that along. And I believe that you are vital to that. So first of all, I want to say I'm so, so proud of you. I know your mom, I know your grandmother. I don't know if I've ever met you or not, but I can tell by the things that I've heard you say, things that you have posted on Facebook, that you are a person that has the heart for the city. And I'm so grateful for that. And I want you to know that I'm rooting for you. If I could vote for you, I would.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I also plan to donate $100 to your campaign foundation.
Thank you so much, Pastor.
You are welcome.
It's always the burden of leadership, and when the mantle is on you to lead, right?
Yeah.
You take it humbly, and most days you still say, Lord, is it me?
Oh, yeah.
Am I really the one? But I do know this, that only He knows just how far we'll go, and I'm starting in Cornhill and trying to change Cornhill and do the best that we can. But Pastor, your words have been just tremendous. I certainly appreciate it.
And you are certainly welcome. And like I said, I will continue to pray for you. The burden of leadership is very difficult. Sometimes you get tired and feel like everyone's not on board. But as long as you know and you remember that God is with you and you are on divine assignment, because I really believe it is a divine assignment. And if it's divine, you will be successful. Just keep your hands to the plow, okay?
Absolutely.
And God bless you. And I will
you.
continue to pray for you and your family.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have one person who's interested in the Touching Kids product. I'm sorry, that's the name. I just want to get it before I forget. Please go to DelvinMoody.com and donate your $50, and then just send me your receipt, and then we'll go from there. This person, so we'll go from there. Okay.
Are you speaking to me? Or are you speaking to someone else? Okay.
Send me a text message.
But I'm sorry, but just to be clear, because I wasn't on in the beginning, how do I make the donation again?
You go to www.delvinmoody.com. You can send it to me. I'll donate it to him.
Okay. I just want one of those $50 bedroom candy kits. Can I get one of those?
Yes, you can, Pastor. Yes, you can.
Since you always tell me I need it, so why don't you just send it on over this way to Charlotte?
Look, along with a one-on-one coaching session.
No, that's okay. I don't need the coaching session. Just send the product.
Just send the kit. We got the coaching. Right. Just send the kit.
Right. We can work everything else out. How about that?
Oh,
okay. So I will be doing that.
That was amazing.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate it.
Wait, I want to say something really quick with Pastor Rand. What if we what days do you guys have prayer? Do you still do prayer on Thursday?
We actually have prayer every morning from 6 a.m. to 6:15 via our conference line. Okay. We have our corporate prayer on the first Friday of each month at 8 p.m. actually. And our Sunday morning services at 10 a.m. We are live YouTube and Zoom.
Okay. Thank you.
We are going back into the building on Resurrection Sunday, though. We are doing that. So I'm excited about that. I'm sorry?
You got your COVID-19 restrictions still? People that wear
Absolutely.
masks?
Absolutely. We are going to walk in wisdom. Yes. We're going to social distance. We're going to take your temperature and all those wonderful things. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much again, Pastor.
You are so welcome. Am I supposed to hang up now? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do.
Do you have any questions for Delvin?
Do I have any questions? Well, I guess I could ask one question. I think I kind of know the answer maybe, but I want to hear him say it. What has inspired you to want to run for the office that you're running for?
Yeah. Well, it was an open seat in Cornhill, and it was a good way. I really felt it was a good way in order to get into City Hall. I felt that the change in Cornhill was going to come directly from what City Hall controls, right? Mm-hmm. And City Council gave me a way to learn and to advocate while I'm learning. You know, that way, if the time came to make a greater impact for Cornhill, I'll be prepared and learned enough to do so.
Oh, okay. Well, awesome. I'm sure you'll get there. Yeah. I'm sure you will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And look, she did it without hesitation. Oh yeah, I like Delvin. I've been following him for a while.
I have. Oh, I love his spirit. I love his spirit. I could tell he's a man after God's heart.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Thank
you.
Am I?
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Okay. Yeah, you can hang up now. Thank you so much.
Listen, a man after God's heart doesn't mean perfect. It just means they're willing to take responsibility for all of their actions and to please and honor God.
Better preach.
And I'm not going to preach it, but I just
Pastor
want you to
said
know.
she got time today.
I have a whole bunch of time.
Pastor has time today.
Let me tell you something. I get her all the time. I call her and just say stupid stuff for no reason.
She really does. She's not kidding about it. She does. And sometimes I just have to roll my eyes, and then sometimes I go with her. Okay.
She'll hang up. You know what? I ain't got time for this today.
Well, you guys have a good rest of your day. And I love you, and I'm praying for all of you. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Trying to figure out how to hang up. How do I hang up? Hang me up. I don't know.
All right. So our next donor.
First of all, let me just say this here. Coffee, I'm gonna need you not. The pastor says in her kit, she don't want that coaching.
I'm just talk to the kid. Pastor gonna get what she wants. Pastor knows a phone call away. What's the next
this is gonna be on somebody's commercial in about 4 years, I'm sure.
Come on. Look, I done sold 2 kits. Y'all be playing. We're sleeping on candy. Okay, Tiffany goes first. What was the next donor?
The next donor
Who's the next donor?
Soul 112. He is donating.
Donor.
Oh, donor. What? What do you ask?
Nothing. Don't mind me. No, I'm back. I went off a little bit. I'm back.
Okay. I think this is what you're asking me. Soul 112 is donating a $50 gift certificate for a donor who, for a person who donates $25. So for $25, you get a $50.
I'm donating myself.
About Soul 112. Y'all know about Soul 112. Let me put y'all on.
We want to thank CJ is the owner. Best yes.
Macaroni and cheese. My sister about to get mad. I have ever had. Okay,
He does have
his
good
back
mac and
macaroni
cheese.
cheese, his fried chicken, his greens, and he had his lemonade stuff that he made. It's awesome.
That mango. is it
$25
mango?
for a $50. Yes. $25 for a $50 so 112 is a real big come up. So yeah, that's some good macaroni and cheese. That's one of my go-to spots. I have to stop there when I visit. Or Tiffany's gonna have to treat me next time I come.
I will.
All right.
Hopefully you'll be here soon.
Delvin can take me out. Look, or Delvin can take me out to dinner. There you go.
Hopefully you're visiting. Hopefully you'll be visiting soon. Coffee.
Coffee
He's
is
been
funny.
single. He can take
Coffee is funny. Let me drink my tea.
Listen, I do want to say one more thing about Soul 112 really quick. Soul 112, so CJ not only is he awesome chef, but he is such a man about his business. He's so professional. He also does catering, and dealing with Black folks is hard. You know, I know dealing with me is hard as a customer, going back and forth and changing up the menu. And he's always so patient and extremely flexible. So if anyone's looking for catered food as well, he does catering, and you could buy the food from his restaurant.
Great cook. I mean, he fantastic. I mean, there'll be some events to announce soon around Juneteenth, and so CJ is definitely going to be our go-to.
Are you gonna take me to dinner? So 112, I'll come visit you to cook Delvin.
Yes, Coffee. I will take you to dinner to Soul 112 if and when you come to visit me in Utica.
First of all, wherever coffee goes, I go.
Okay. Yes, I will bring coffee and cream to Soul 112. They're like my honorary campaign managers, you know. So.
Y'all got me over here. Oh, somebody done blessed you, though. When they send it to me, though, I'll make sure you get it.
Okay. Yes,
Okay,
so we don't have any campaign finance violations.
Can we?
Mamie Smith has made a donation to the Delvin Moody campaign. Also,
thank you.
That got me cracking up. Over here, I stay focused. I'm trying to be good today. Sunday. Mamie Smith has made a donation, and Leonda Smith has also made a donation to the Delvin Moody Sankofa. And our next guest is trying to get in. She's saying she's having difficulty. Hopefully she'll be able to get in any second. Yeah. So you're so busy with all this campaigning, school, ministry. When do you have time for vacation?
When do I have time for what?
Fun. When do you have
for
fun?
fun? Oh, for fun. There is time. I'll let Cream answer that. Don't we have time?
When do you have fun?
Delvin doesn't have fun. No, like we have fun at Soul 112.
We have fun at Soul 112.
That's where we go.
What about vacation? Do you travel and vacation anywhere?
I do. I'm an avid traveler. Yeah, I'm going to Nashville Wednesday. So yeah, I love to travel.
I'm talking about relaxation, like you're going for work.
I mean,
right?
Work and play, but so yeah, so I love to travel. I don't know if you know, we've been in the middle of a pandemic, so I haven't been able to travel last year, but I do love to travel. So yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's limited time. Throughout the year, I'm pretty much locked in. The summers when I get a little bit more free time, like most people, but you know.
Okay. All right. So I don't know why this person's having difficulty logging in. So We go to the next donor. I hate that word donor, but Pittman Jr. Today's his off day. He is the personal trainer of JP3 Performance. He is donating, Tiffany, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 group sessions. That's worth $65 each, right? And they're 8-week sessions. So you'll make a donation to delvinmoody.com in the amount of $65, and you can attend his 8-week session twice a week. So I participate in his personal, and they're virtual personal training. It's on Monday evenings and Saturday mornings. I absolutely love his teaching style and his training style. So it's $65 for 8 weeks, twice a week virtual sessions with JP3 Performance. So if you're interested in purchasing that, you donate $65 to Delvin Moody. It's only 3, so the first 3 people. And then send me the receipt or let me know, or Crane know, and we'll connect you with Jesse Pittman Jr. for his donation of those phases. Did I say that right, to Crane? Did I say that right?
That is absolutely amazing. I'm just overwhelmed by all of the black businesses.
It's your season, your year. We gotta keep this momentum going there. The reason why I asked the question in the beginning and you answered it very well is because it is important. And being the wife of a former legislator, it's not easy. It takes a village, right, to keep you lifted up in prayer, to keep you motivated when things get rough. But you could only do so much in the time allotted during your term. And so if you have the heart, right, to run again, it's so important to know that there's still work to be done. And you expressed that very eloquently, I guess I should say, when you answered my question. So
I'm so glad of my village. Sometimes it gives you an extra boost when you look back and just know that there's some folks that got your back.
indeed.
Okay, so our next guest, for some reason, she's having some technical difficulties getting on, and she's not a former Utica. However, she is down for her people. Her name is Renetta Schools. She is the CEO of MB Cosmetic and Lashes, which I am wearing. I absolutely love lashes, and she is donating. I'm posting a picture now. Sorry. She is donating some lashes. It looks like it's a lash curler and the magnetic liner for $25. So if you donate $25 to Delvin Moody, you want the MBS Cosmetic Lashes, it's www.mbcosmeticlashes.com. Oh wait, I think she's on. I'll let her tell you.
I want that. I'm about to donate right now for that.
Yeah, donate. You can't be taking the people.
Dang. Okay.
Well, maybe wait till she come on. Maybe she'll give you that.
Give me a little something.
My sister done threw away my little bedroom candy. She took she wanted the Jesse Pittman thing. So I still have one more $50 donation to Delvin for $100 worth of bedroom candy available.
Coffee, can you read the comment from about the training campaign? Do you see that? Do you want to read that?
I don't see it. Can you read it? I don't see it. Where?
It says, I think this question is for you, Delvin. What about training campaign for peers and have them outreach within their social groups or parts of the community? Have you thought of
Absolutely.
that?
So go to delvinmoody.com/volunteer, sign up. What I'm going to be doing in the next 2 or 3 weeks, really about 3 weeks, is going to start virtual volunteer sessions. So people that want to get involved with the campaign will be doing like a weekly campaign hub. It's very difficult people are still leery about the pandemic and COVID and stuff like that. And even with door knocking to get petitions signed, it was, difficult because folks just didn't want to be bothered with folks, even if you had a mask on. But we need to plan for the summer, hopefully with COVID lifted. And so in about 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to start those virtual sessions and just having folks come in and volunteer and help us with our digital footprint for the campaign. So there will be training, there will be opportunities for folks to volunteer.
And once again, they should go to your website to get this information. Okay.
Yep, and it's Delvin Moody/volunteer.
Okay.
All right, we have another one entering the stream. I just want to do a shout out real quick to my college roommate. Says she is not a Utica resident. However, she will donate to the campaign through me. Thank you, Tavita.
Thank you, Tavina.
Tavita. And we have the
Tavita.
the infamous,
Not
infamous Tavita. Tavita Gaines is my college roommate, and she's a very close friend. She's not a Utica. She lives in Syracuse, actually, but she will donate to the campaign through me. Thank you. And we have the infamous Mr.
Yes, sir.
has entered the stream.
He woke up.
How you doing?
I'm
Thank you
all
for
right. Just
joining
getting my-
us.
I'm sorry.
I said thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. All these fly people, I got to jump in. I had to put it on my shirt, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here with y'all, fly people. So yeah, I'm here to support Mr. Moody.
I appreciate it.
Always good to see a young man who is functioning as a change agent. We need more change agents in our community as a whole. So the fact that he stepped up, I really have just been watching from a very far distance. But just the fact to see a young man come out of the community and have a heart and a head to do something and to take action is powerful to see. So I'm supporting straight off that right there. Straight off that right there.
I appreciate it. For real.
Yeah. You don't get what you got without taking action. I remember when I was a little kid. I don't remember if you might remember this dog. There was a dog in Utica that in the projects. They called him Herc. And I don't remember who Herc owner was, but when he was putting them on people, he would say action, action, action. And so the last thing you wanted to hear was him saying action over Herc, because now Herc was not just going to be, eating Alpo. Herc was coming to do something. He was going to engage that for which he was trained to do. And so many people don't take action. Lots of people complain, and lots of people will observe and share their opinions. But I am always appreciative of someone who says, you know what, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to take some action. So help me understand what's the plan for Council Member Moody? What's the platform? What are your goals for the city?
Yeah, so going back to what Cream said, part of it is to try to finish up some of the stuff that we started. So this MWB program that we're trying to get minority women business enterprises up, trying to get the city to commit a certain portion of city contracts to specifically minority and women-owned businesses. I'm hoping that would catalyze Black businesses to actually legitimize themselves and get the paperwork together. That way they can be viable, showing them how to bid and different things like that. Then I want to look at the absentee landlord, something I ran on the last time. Um, and we kind of dealt with it a little bit, but learning the lay of the land, you kind of figure out what's feasible and where to put legislation and when to propose legislation, depending on the temperament of the council. So I do want to not go after absentee landlords, but make sure that we have a little tighter reins. That way, the folks in Cornhill don't have to live in slum apartments, and that we have a contact person. If a landlord lives far outside of Utica, that within 40 miles, there should be a project manager or a property manager, someone that if we have a codes violation or a codes issue, we know who to contact. In Cornhill, also, there's literally no grocery store, like legit no grocery store, and the closest grocery store, some folks argue, are overpriced. And so I want to tackle that head on. The organization that I'm starting, which is not necessarily as a councilman, but just the organization that I'm starting, we're looking at tackling that issue. How do we make sure that the food desert does not sustain in Cornhill? What grocery options do we have? What urban market options can we create? So we're doing that. I want to ban synthetic drugs, which are going on in Cornhill right now through the corner stores legally. The state has some legislation, but the city municipality can act. So I want to ban synthetic drugs. I want to get tougher on the corner stores that are doing a lot of the illegal activity. And then I want to do, which is my other major thing, is do this housing market study. Right now, we have a lot in Cornhill and all over Utica. The biggest headlines are having affordable housing units go up. And I want to be clear that I'm not against affordable housing units. But if we talk about young professionals, young black professionals, if they make $45,000, $46,000, they don't qualify, right, for any affordable housing units. They also don't want to spend $1,000 on rent every month. Right. And so right now we have a dynamic in Utica, literally, where we have a abysmal housing market. Young people, young professionals don't want to necessarily own a home right now. Some argue they should, but some people don't know that they want to be in Utica 15, 30 years, might not have the credit score that they think they need. And of course, Cream, is the person to talk to about all of that. But some folks just don't want to own a home. Right now, we have a situation where the working class is becoming the working poor. And so when I started to run, I ran off of how do we make sure that we deal with those social economic issues. I feel primarily to do that is through the housing market and making sure that we can have nice, decent, market rate apartments that doesn't break the bank. And if you are a young professional, you don't mind taking a job in Utica that's above the poverty line, because you know that you do not have to sustain yourself by being dependent upon welfare or Section 8. And so that's what I want to tackle in this next year.
Nice. Well, that's phenomenal. I mean, I think I've looked at Utica for a long time, and I feel like Utica is dealing with similar issue that, for instance, Detroit or Baltimore have dealt with. And whenever I'm analyzing affordable housing in those type cities of similar of larger scale, but in one word, personally, I've always felt that the issue is population. Where you don't have enough people, there's always going to be a deterioration in general of all the housing stock. It's kind of like if you have a 20-unit apartment building and you only got 6 of them filled, well, then you obviously going to have a problem, because the amount of revenue you need to generate to support the common areas and the upkeep of the building really isn't there. You just don't have enough people. Detroit used to be 2 million people with 600,000 people.
Yeah.
Baltimore used to be 2 million plus people, 600,000 people.
Yeah.
They start talking about, we're going to let this part of the city go back to nature, right? They don't have any options. The real option is people, and really to get people, you need jobs. They need. Right. So the industry left. When we were kids, we had GE and the plants like Abelove. We had all types of industry going on in Utica when it was higher population. When those companies left, those jobs left, and the people left. And so really creating the economic engine, the growth spurred by corporations that can support the income, it works. And I think if there's one piece personally that will help Utica, it is utilizing virtual capacity, because we got smart people, right?
Yeah.
So fiber optic cable means that we can provide services for companies in, say, Washington, D.C.
Right.
from Utica,
Right.
because they can provide those services virtually. And with COVID, things have gone virtual, and for a lot of companies anyway. So the incomes from, usually you had to bring the company in, but I think now you can just bring the people to the service of the companies in other places where the incomes would, the money would spend better in Utica and earn easier, for instance, in DC. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, and I think the other part of this too, as you mentioned, is that the reason why we need Black leadership and people in these types of offices is because we need to speak a language that makes sense to our people. There are 500 jobs going to Cree right now, a couple of other hundred jobs with some of the tech work that's going on around the area. However, they don't speak the language of people in Cornhill, the people, in the Black community. So they'll put up a flyer with all these languages, and we see all this language. We're not gonna read that flyer because it looks like too much work, or they don't put out language or marketing that says, okay, if you get this job, you have the potential to make between $35,000 and $45,000. So one of the things that I'm big on doing is trying to make sure that I can bridge that gap, because I know that there's a lot of jobs out there, but I also know that people might not want to get into the vocations in MVCC or BOCES if they don't see the job attached to it at the end of the road. And so that has been a tremendous challenge, because there are so many people in Cornhill or really all over the city that I know can benefit from a job. I mean, I talk to construction unions that come to me and say, I need 100 construction workers or carpenters. I will train them. I will pay them market rate. We can get them an apprenticeship. Can you find them? And sometimes it's difficult because I have to speak a language, right, that says, no, it's not a guaranteed job in the last, per se, but it's a guaranteed career. You're going to struggle on certain aspects. You're going to have to find how to get to work, but you can be in a career where if you know any carpenter or construction worker, after a certain period of time, they start to make bank. so, and they can choose their own hours, essentially, in terms of what projects or bids that they pick up. So it's trying to raise the consciousness of our people, which is beyond legislation and law and ordinances. It's how do we raise the consciousness of our people, so that we can sustain ourselves and not have to ask anybody for anything, and create such a voice and a mechanism, which is why I'm starting this organization, where when these economic things come into the area and they have to diversify, they don't have to go to Syracuse or Rochester and ship people in. We have a mechanism to get to our people. To little Keyshawn, a little Ray, or on the block, to get to them and say, hey man, show up to this job on Monday morning. It's guaranteed. I put the word in for you. You got this job. And then over time, we can start seeing our communities expand and grow.
He ready. He ready. He ready.
Yeah, impressive.
That's what I'm talking about. Because you gotta, what I love about what you just said is a lot of people will speak to our people and really in terms of how we are victimized, but not speak to us in terms of how we are responsible and how we are empowered.
Yeah.
They will not say, because as soon as you keep pointing at everybody else, it feels okay because now it's not your fault, but in reality, you're entirely disempowering yourself. You're saying that everything that you want, need, it could possibly achieve is in the hands of someone else. And we used to have Black leaders who didn't just talk about white folk, but they talked to us and said, Black man, Black woman, get yourself together. Absolutely. They held us accountable to higher standards. And we in a place now where we tend to attack our leaders who do that. But it takes courage to do that and say, hey, they can ask me for 100 people in construction, but I need 100 men or women to step up and say, I'll go. You know what I mean? And the principles and the thought patterns that they need to have to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that you might go fight for at the council table. You need both. You need a man who's going to fight for the opportunities, and you need a community who's going to embrace them, and you're going to have to be able to encourage them and elevate the consciousness. And the fact that you already got both of them pieces.
I'm trying to, bro.
And all you got to do is help them put it together.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Even though we're not in Utica, we can still provide some type of support to Delvin and his campaign.
Yes.
And it's coming beyond the campaign. Because I tell folks, this politics thing is 50-50. I could win or I could lose. I'm trying to build agency. I'm utilizing this moment because I'm not saying that I'll be a councilman or gracious enough to serve on the council for the rest of my life. I hope not. I'm serving on the council for the rest of my life. I hope maybe there's bigger, better, or maybe something else. But to say I want to learn what levers to pull. Who are the influential people in this city whose names you may never know, who aren't the ones in the lights the folks who have all the titles, but the folks who are influential. Once we learn those names and those people, then we know what levers to pull, not in a fashion of dependency, but in a fashion of partnership. I want your partnership, but I don't need your partnership, because if you say no, because this is a God-given vision, a yes will come from another place. And once we tell our people that, once we let them know, if you have a solid plan and vision, the resource only becomes a resource and not an agency of empowering yourself. Meaning, for example, and this is not to take a left turn, but I'm in a lot of meetings in the community, and everybody's saying we need resources, we need money. The city don't give us enough money in Cornhill, and I tell them right now, name me one nonprofit that can accept the money if we were to give it to you. Name me one business plan that you have that can sustain itself if we gave you $20,000 or $50,000. So there's a lot of work to be done before we go asking anybody for anything. If we get a solid vision, if they tell us no, the vision is so good, it got to be funded by somebody. So that's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. Now, don't try to get me too militant Sunday morning.
No, go ahead. Go get them. Go get them, because the reality is there's no shortage of money in this country. There's a shortage of opportunity. If you know how to create opportunity, the money will come to the opportunity like a flood. When you put that business plan together, when you put that thing together in that way, it becomes an opportunity for someone like a council to invest in, and the money will come to it. But if you don't create the opportunity,
absolutely,
it's not come. Hey, Shantae.
Oh wait, she's been waiting for me. I'm sorry. This is my dear friend Shantae Thompson. She is a native. Well, she's a Utica native, but she's in Syracuse, New York now, and she has agreed to also support you, Delvin, in your campaign efforts. But she does have some questions that she would like to ask.
Absolutely.
I have a couple of questions. I don't know if you've seen them in the chat or not, but my first question is, what do you see as your first priority if you was elected to this councilman position? What would be the most top thing on your agenda or list that you're planning to tackle?
Yeah, my primary focus is to finish the work of this police reform. For the first time in Utica, I proposed a civilian public safety board, which is ultimately a civilian review board, and I need to make sure that we have the bylaws for that, get that over the hump. The city agreed to having that civilian review board, which had never happened in Utica, and so I need to make sure that we firm that up, give that the teeth that it needs, and kind of make sure that we get that implemented in the right way. So my first priority is kind of finishing up some of the stuff that I've done with police reform. The second thing I want to do is really dig into this minority women business enterprise certification and start the process an opportunity, like Rob was saying, make sure that the opportunity is there, that the city is committing 13-15% of all city contracts for Black and brown people. I think that would be, and when I mean contracts, I don't mean just construction. I wanted to say that it is 13 or 15% of all purchasing in the city of Utica needs to go to Black and brown people. The other thing after that would be that we have the apprenticeship language in the city, which says any major construction job for the city of Utica over $500,000, that there has to be an apprenticeship assigned to it, which would allow that if a Black or brown person or a younger person gets into the trades, they have guaranteed opportunity in the construction aspect of all of this stuff that's happening. We see Downtown Hospital, Cree, all of these major development happening in Utica. I want to make sure that there are jobs specifically for our people in those construction things. And then lastly would be seeing if we can get that housing market off the ground. You know, I'm taking the position that I'm not voting in favor of any more affordable housing units. That's a very tough position to take, particularly in Cornhill, where there are many people at or below the poverty line. I'm taking that position because I want the city to invest in housing options that are affordable. And as long as I continue to empower them to only build affordable housing units, it would require my people to make at or below $39,000, because if they make a dollar or a cent over, they lose their housing. I'm not in favor of that. I don't support that. And I know nurses who won't take more hours at Oneida Center being a CNA, because they know if they take more hours, they have to recertify, they can lose their food stamps, they can lose their housing, they can lose all of their money. That's played out to me. It's horrible. And a city like Utica ought to start putting time and energy into figuring out what we can do to keep young professionals in this area. And so those would be some of the first things that I'll do once elected. Sorry for that laundry list, but I can talk about that stuff all day.
No, that did answer my question. And have you collaborated with any other, like, maybe sororities or community agencies to help push your agenda across? Because I know you mentioned before that, you know, you're looking for people who have plans and programs in place so that they could be submitted. Have you tried reaching out to the agencies that are established within the community and really assess,
Absolutely. Yeah,
what the issue
I'm
is?
big. I'm big on Divine Nine. I'm big on Divine Nine. Um, and so I certainly I certainly
I
support.
want to say this. Wait, I specifically reached out to the AKAs in Utica. They are going to be reaching out to you.
Okay.
I
See,
reached
now
out to
that's what I
Nicole.
like to see.
Dorsey. You know, I can come do it
The,
myself, but you know, since they're already there, I will.
well,
Okay,
you know,
I'm just joking. They reached out to the AKAs, and they're going to be reaching out to you. I spoke with Nicole, and she's bringing it to her president, and I told them that you need support, and so on and so forth. So they're all going to be reaching out
with
to
what
you.
organization?
She's with Alpha Kappa Alpha.
She's with Alpha Kappa Alpha. Okay. Now you know. Not so. Yes, I fully support that. I love the K's. I love the women of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and of course, I have tremendous support. I have tremendous. Oh, okay. I see. Is that
A Sigma Gamma Rho. Sigma
Sigma
Gamma
Gamma
Rho.
Rho? Okay. The poodles are in the house. The poodles are in the house. And of course, we have tremendous support from my friends over there at Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and so they are tremendous support to me, and also my brothers in Prince Hall Masonry. So yeah,
We're good.
we
Good.
need to
So he's
revive Divine Nine in this area. The only thing that is are the AKAs and the Sigmas at Utica College, and that is a sad day in Utica.
have any door-to-door campaigning going on right now, or planning for the future?
Yeah, so the summertime we'll be doing door to door, mainly get out the vote efforts, but we will be doing some door to door and some listening sessions. Right now, it's still COVID, and people are not feeling too comfortable. Once the vaccination goes a little bit more widespread, then the campaign will start doing some door to door. Yeah.
Is there a push for any healthy things with the COVID vaccination? Are you meeting with people regarding that for the people that's in that community around vaccinations? Any health education that might go along with that?
Yep. So I've had a few conversations. So I wrote a letter to Governor Cuomo when he first announced that he was going to do vaccination sites, urging him to put one in Cornhill. I then followed that up with a call to Anthony Pacenti, who's the Oneida County executive. We talked at length about setting up a mobile site in Cornhill as well, and made that letter public to everybody. And then I also reached out to the American Heart Association, and we talked at length about the process of getting a vaccination site. And this was prior to really things shifting with Joe Biden. When Donald Trump was still in office, we were making sure that we had a marketing aspect, and we're trying to collaborate with Black leaders, because we did not want them feeling that the vaccine was unsafe. And so while Trump was still in office, we were still putting the work in. The problem is, in terms of getting the vaccination site in Cornhill, and we're still optimistic that there will be one in May, is that the rollout of vaccinations have been so horrible in New York State in the beginning process that there was a limit to the access of vaccinations. Now with Joe Biden in office, and they kind of ramped up the vaccination production process, hopefully we can get the vaccine that we need where they don't have to be limited in the sites. But yes, I'm fighting and screaming and yelling that I want a vaccine site in Cornhill, which is the second most densely populated sector in Utica, and it will be hell to pay if there's not a vaccine site in Cornhill.
Well, thank you. I thank you for taking up that charge. You're right. It should be.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shantae. And just want to reiterate our donors. My $50 Belgian candy have been claimed. Both of them have been claimed. However, we still have Lanice, listens.com. I forgot how much was hers. The one-on-one personal training session. We have Jesse Pittman's JP3 Performance. We have 2 left. We had 3 slots for his 8-week. Tiffany his 8-week training session twice a week. We have 2 sessions at $65. You would donate to Delvin Moody, and you can attend his 8-week, 2 times a week virtual training session. And we also have Gary Munns. He is a massage therapist in Utica, New York. He is donating 1 hour massage. I believe it's $50 at organictouchtherapy.com. And we have Soul 112 donating $50. $50 for $25 to Delvin Moody's campaign. Did we get everybody? We thank MAB Cosmetics, Lashes, Vernetta Schools. She was having experienced some technical difficulties. Her business is Mahogany's Beauty Cosmetics. She would like to support campaign auction for free products for a donation to your campaign of $25. I posted the picture of what you gave for your $25 donation for Mahogany Beauty Cosmetics. Was that everybody? Let me see.
You
I
know,
think it's.
and
I missed
as she was talking, I was thinking about a cool conversation maybe to be had on Coffee and Cream, is to get all the Black electeds running, or the candidates running, maybe between Utica and Syracuse. It's a lot of Black folks running. It's a lot of Black folks running in Syracuse. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about Khalil Bey, who did not get the Democratic nomination, and he's been working in politics for 10 years, but I'll leave it alone. But, you know.
Yes, we're not going to talk about that one right now. Offline on that one.
Again, somebody posted something else. Thank you guys so much. Rob Hall, Pastor Rand, Shantae, Tavita, Mamie Smith, Ayanda Smith. Let me see who else I got donation from. My cash app popping.
I appreciate it. I really do.
Anybody else who plans to donate, we appreciate you. Delvin appreciates the support. He needs the support. Utica, New York. Utica, New York. We need your support. We need your support. We need. We didn't say want. We didn't say like. We said need. We need it. It's a need. Is there anything else that you'd like to touch on, Delvin, that you felt like we missed?
Anything else I'd like to say? No, I think that the key is this sort of work, and making sure that we share it beyond ourselves. A lot of people in Cornhill, or really in the community, just don't know all the work that goes into being elected, and you know, being in leadership and trying to do good. And so it is a two-way street in many ways. While we're trying to do the best we can and get information out, we need the help of the community as well, to make sure that our message gets out there, and that we're sharing it, and that people know the work that we're doing. The truth is, we do a lot of good work. Some people don't always know about it, but it takes a community to really help magnify our efforts, and make sure that people know that we're not just elected. I'm certainly not just elected. I have more meetings than folks know, but that I'm always working on behalf of Cornhill. So.
Thank you. Cream, you have anything?
No, I was hoping Franklin would join, but I think he's I'm not sure if he's going to be able to join or not. But no, I just love this. I love this. It's like Mastermind has come together, where we are of like mind, and you know, like heart, and we're ready to move forward with some momentum as individuals, and in support of your campaign, Mr. Moody.
I appreciate it. And I must also mention too.
We just got another donation from Jennifer Crawford.
From who?
Jennifer Crawford.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Why did my voice go high when I thank people? Thank you, Shantae.
You're welcome.
You.
Shout out that Cash App again too, and the website name, so people know.
This is my personal Cash App, but y'all can trust me. I'll make sure Delvin get his money. All right.
I'll watch it, Delvin, for you.
DelvinMoody.com is where you'll donate. Again, if you want any of the products that we're auctioning off, donating, I guess you could say, make sure you send me the receipt after you donated to Delvin's campaign. I do know both of the bedroom candy options are gone. I believe we have 2 Jesse Pittman's group personal training left at $65. $25 for Mahogany Beauty Cosmetics. We have that. We have the Gary Munn's organic massages for what was it, $50?
I thought your
Was it
sister
$50?
got that.
$75.
She
Donate
wants
for
the Jesse. She wants the Jesse Fitness training. But I already had 2 people hit me up for the Belgian candy. I'm gonna say Belgian candy. It did so 112. $50 worth of so 112. For
Someone hit you up for
$25.
so 112?
No one hit me up for so 112 yet. I'm shocked. That's some good eating right there. No one hit me for the
Well, I'm about to cash at me.
You gonna cash at me for the so 112? No one hit me up for the so 112 yet. Well, Tiffany, no one hit me up for the eyelashes yet, so I guess by the end of the call, I guess you can get them. But you'll love her lashes. Like, I really just got into these lashes, but she's actually been the first lashes I can say I actually really like. And I'm able to put on the right way too. And she's like an esthetician, so she does like a whole bunch of other stuff too. So I implore you all to go to her website, Black owned. She's doing her thing here in the Baltimore area.
Nice.
And I don't promote people unless like I love them though, because I don't know what you get, but you know I really like her product a lot.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love
Burnetta
the
Schools.
black businesses aspect. I mean, I'm ready to do a black chamber of commerce or something. I mean, this is just off the chain.
Yeah, we you know we coffee and cream. We about to come up on a year anniversary soon.
Yes,
This was
indeed.
birth mix. And
Have you guys heard of something called Bob? It stands for Black-owned businesses, and it's you promote Black-owned businesses in your website, so or in your area, and really try to promote that. Put that on social media. Your social media.
I have to
So
look it up. It's called Bob's.
Bob, B-O-B, Black-owned business.
I like it.
No, I haven't heard of that. But well, again, thank you all for participating to my village, my support system. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much. I went out last night too. I was in the bed all till like 3 o'clock. I don't know why. I can't party no more. I don't know what's going on. I can't do it. I'll be out for the count.
That's not my testimony. Bless you.
Well, thank you, Delvin, for definitely taking up the initiative to care about the community and be active and trying to do something, support the Utica community. And I'm here to help you as much as I can. So definitely reach out if you're needing help with anything related to your campaign.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We got another donation. Hold on. Janice Willis Elliott. Oh, Tiffany, is our cup near that she did?
Oh, hold on.
Janice did.
That's my cousin.
Janice Willis. That's your cousin.
My cousin.
She's donating, and
Hey,
she's a Black-owned business as well. She did these cups for Tiffany and I that I absolutely love. So thank you to my Everina Schools Cropper.
That is off the chain.
Isn't that awesome? Janice Willis did that. Janice, can you please put your link up? I'm sorry.
Yes, because I need to get one for the campaign.
In the group.
Stuff on.
Isn't that nice?
I might have to get a campaign cup.
That's nice. Isn't that so cute? I love it.
And it's hot and cold drinks, right?
Yep.
Nice.
So, oh wait, we got one more person about to come through from Real Rap Records. The CEO of the Real Rap Records in the building.
Ah, my man.
What's going on?
I hope this is a campaign announcement. No, I'm playing.
Right? You know, we need to get Franklin back on here.
You know, I just want to, congratulate you. on everything that you're doing. We're huge supporters in many ways. But I wanted to just hop on and do that, and also, just something that I've experienced going through this process is uh, is the support that's needed, you know, um, and someone like yourself, when you're willing to stand on principles, sometimes that rubs people the wrong way, and when they're trying to do some BS and you're standing on principles, then sometimes that can really throw them off, and then they'll start to do things like try to come into an area that they really don't care about and try to, get someone to run against you or to take you out of that seat. They'll try to back somebody that they can get to just vote with them and go along with their agenda, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if this is something that has been discussed, but I think that our community, we really need to be mindful of this and be able to stop it in its tracks. And we need to let people know that, what, we understand that nothing's going to change overnight, but we do give Delvin our support. So don't come to me with another person. We want to push forward. We want to support the vision that he believes is going to help this community be uplifted to the glory that it had in our younger days. So
Mm.
um, so I just want to really appeal to the people to be mindful of that, and not just support you with our words, but in our actions also. And then those others that may try to do something like that, we need to let them know, no, we're not doing that. You know.
Yeah. I appreciate it. It definitely has been that we're going to have a Republican challenger this time around. So I don't think we'll be on the Of course, you never know what will happen once until the ballots are certified and stuff, and the petitions are cleared. But it look like we're going to have a Republican challenger this time around. But I'm optimistic. Look, my heart has been in this work, right? And this is just the beginning. This is just I really believe that this is just the beginning.
Yeah. Well, listen. Once again, congrats. You got our support. All the way, and I'll be talking with you all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Frank.
Franklin is the
Um,
OG.
I want to ask one quick question. And I know you talked about some initiatives that you're going to have as far as the virtual rallying and all that. But like, let's discuss the white elephant in the room that we go through like every turn. Like, why don't Black folks come out to support? How can we change that? What do we need to do? We know that Cornhill has the numbers, but yet the people in our community don't come out to vote. So I know our time is running, is running down or whatever. But if you could just share some, we want to have further discussion about this. So maybe now is not the time for the full plan, but what can we do to change that?
Yeah, so part of it is we have to connect with voters at least 3 or 4 times. Every voter, as much as we can, at least 3 or 4 times before the election. So that has to be phone banking, knocking on doors, mailers, and just a whole host of things. So that's one thing. The other thing too about a place like Cornhill, a lot of folks live in Cornhill, they're not registered in Cornhill, right? Because there's a lot of rental property, so there's a lot of moving in and out, moving in and out. So one thing that we have to do is get folks registered in a particular party, which helps us with our data. And then if they live in Cornhill, to change their voter registration to be an active voter in Cornhill. Um, and and part of it is just get out the vote. They have to know when the election is. We have to make sure that they can get there. We have to hound them. Voter turnout is slim everywhere except when it's a big race like mayor or president or governor, you know, they get big folks to come out. You know, more people are paying attention to that. But this race, the person on the top of the ticket is the comptroller. You ask any person in Utica what a comptroller is, they wouldn't even know. So it's tough, and it's even more tough in Cornhill if you don't have somebody who's getting things done, right? So the main thing I would say in terms of voter turnout and getting them to vote is making as many contacts as you can, knocking on as many doors as you can, and actually putting the work in, which is what I intend to do. In the past, it has been the fringe network. You know, I'm going to engage the most with the people I know, as opposed to using the walking sheets provided and knocking on every door, be it you know them or not. And that's what I intend to do this summer. I intend this summer to go door to door, knocking on folks' doors and earning every single vote and simply introducing myself. Hello, I'm Delvin Moody. I'm your councilman. Just wanted to stop by and say, how's life? Is there anything that I can help you with?
I like it. Now, what about people who, do we call them refugees, or what do we call, those who, like Somali Bantus, and
Yeah.
how does their vote count? Or can they be registered to vote?
If they're citizens, they can be registered. Sometimes they're not all registered as Democrats, but they can be registered to vote. So that's one thing too. A lot of people in Cornhill are not necessarily citizens yet, and so that's another aspect. One thing our campaign is doing, which is why we need those finances, is we are paying to get our messages transcribed into Spanish or into different languages. We do, we are setting up to make sure that we have folks walking with us that can speak the language and things of that nature, and that we have the cultural sensitivity. Those things cost money. We are taking the effort to run not just one campaign video, but run 3 different campaign graphics to make sure that they all have different languages. So all of those things take time, energy, money, and so yeah, and it's bulky. The other thing too that we need to do that we don't do is people don't put the energy into campaigning. We're trying to build a campaign and an organization, which means we want to put the money into the text messaging. I mean, when Joe Biden is running or the governor, you get sometimes text messages that say, hey, reaching out from the Joe Biden campaign, can you chip in $5? Can you chip in $10? Or, we're voting tomorrow. Can you make sure you got a plan to vote? People don't do those types of things for no reason. And so if we just in Cornhill run a campaign that says, oh, we'll raise $500, get a few lawn signs, get a few palm cards, meet who we meet, then you're always going to get low turnout. We want to be at those doors, connecting with people, but also using every digital advantage that we have. I do want a mailer going out to every single home saying, hey, I'm Delvin Moody and I'm running. I do want a text message system that I can connect with voters to say, don't forget to vote tomorrow. I want all of it. I want all of it because I think that's what it takes in order to not just build a strong person as a candidate, but whoever comes behind me, whoever the next Cornhill Council person is, that they know that they can have those tools at their disposal as well.
Well, I love how great minds just keep thinking alike, because I just texted you while you were saying that. That's where I was going with that. And you see, so everyone watching can see also the importance of donating for things like that. It does cost money to get materials translated accurately. But that's a way. That's a way, because our community is very unique in that aspect. So I want to just announce that I'm also going to donate a flyer, one of the flyers that, not one, but a flyer for a business or for you or for anyone, who is looking for some marketing for Instagram or Facebook. I'm going to donate a flyer for cause.
Nice.
So
nice.
I can show you one.
You did.
Huh?
The last flyer you did. Show the last flyer you did. You got it up there still?
I don't have Delvin's. I show the one that we did.
Flyers for coffee and cream.
Pardon me? Oh, okay.
If I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl alive.
Off the chain.
It's so fun to do. Let me know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, you know the flyer. You're not showing the flyer from the Black Love series, one of the flyers?
From who?
Huh?
I just did.
From the Black Love series.
She did. You've been on your phone, Coffee.
Oh, you showed it?
Yeah. You didn't hear it?
You're not going out no more on Saturdays. You got a show on Sunday.
She can't
You're
hear
not going out
Oh,
no more on Saturday.
Okay, I'm sorry. How much do you want? How much do you want a donation for your flyer?
75.
$75 for the bomb donation from my beautiful.
Oh no! I mean, they could only a 25 donation is 75 worth $75. 25 is fine.
$25 for Delvin Moody campaign. So we're gonna wrap things up. I know we said we're gonna go to 6 p.m. But as it stands,
I need to grab some food with that So 112 gift card.
Ladies, I need to see your receipt that you donated to your own campaign, or you need to cash at me.
Yes. Yes.
Again, thank you, So 112, JP3 Performance, Mahogany Beauty Cosmetics, Organic Massage, Lanice Listens. Did I miss anybody?
Please send me a list of all of those. I want to.
Averina, Vanetta, Jennifer, Janice, who did our beautiful coffee and cream cups. Tavita Gaines, Rob Hall, Pastor Rand, Shantae Thompson. I hate giving out names. If anybody I miss, blame it on my head and not my heart. But thank you. Oh, who wants the flyer promotion? That was just Pastor Rand. What? No, you better make a decision, Pastor Rand. Wait, let me see. Is that her?
She
oh no, Rita. I want to be on that flyer promotion. Her daughter does dance. She's the one whose daughter is does the ballet stuff in Syracuse. She's awesome. Maybe we can invite her when you do it. Once you win, I can invite my little goddaughter. I want to do like a lyrical dance or something. He's from Syracuse.
We are going to do some in-person fundraisers and events too. I love a good party, so we are going to do some fun campaign stuff.
Well, again, thank you so much for allowing us to do this for you. Again, you do have a support system, and again, like I said, there was conversations prior to this on how we could support you. Not everyone could make it today, but I'm sure at some point they're gonna send their love through donation. But if there's anything that Coffee and Cream can do within our realms, just let us know, and we'll do what we can.
You've been a great help for the campaign, and she laughing because within your realms. Okay, so you've been a great help to the campaign. I'm looking forward to when there's another announcement to be made about some different things that I'm working on, and Tiffany is on our board with Franklin and others. And so once we make those announcements, I would love to come back and just share that, which will be a more direct way for people who do not live in Utica, but from Utica can get involved and engage with some of the work that we're doing here. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me tell you, I'm so excited about that announcement. I can't wait for us to get public about that.
When is that coming? When is that announcement coming?
Well, I got to talk to the board, but hopefully May. That's my hope.
May?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, good. So from this point forward, so you collected all your signatures, right? So now what's next till voting day?
Yeah, so collected all the signatures. What we're going to do now, we're going to start the training process to getting folks involved and knowing what to do. We have some sort of a breather, so I'm taking this time to raise finances and fundraisers, planning events and stuff like that, because we are going to need those for the get out the vote efforts come November. But now I'm listening. I'm going to start some listening tours, knocking on doors, connecting with voters, making sure that my platform is clear, and taking the opportunity to magnify our voice. So that's the next step, and planning some pretty cool and dope events. I want to do Councilman Moody's chicken barbecue as an annual thing where I give out free barbecue chicken, a piece of free barbecue chicken and bread to everybody that comes through the gate. Um, so that's what's on the horizon. Yeah.
Okay, great. Any follow-up words, Cream?
No, I'm excited about the things to come. I'm excited now, actually, because you're doing some great things
Yeah,
right
I'm very pleased at the turnout. Again, thank everybody for showing up and showing out. I appreciate you all. My Baltimore folks too. I appreciate you all. Because we are one. We have to support each other from everywhere. If there's a campaign in Baltimore and one of my Baltimore friends tell me I need you, guess what? I'm going. So I appreciate all my Baltimore family, um, for all your donations and all your assistance and feedback on everything. Again, Delvin, I'm intrigued. Too bad I'm too old for you. I could have been your Michelle Obama, maybe, but it's all
Cut.
good.
Cut.
Could have been your Michelle Obama, but I could
I
understand.
remember a few weeks ago you said something along the lines that that you had all of these fine sisters that you knew. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. Don't start that. Won't be
No,
none. That's all I'm
no, I'm
saying.
playing. I'm just kidding.
Won't be nothing.
I'm just kidding.
So I'm the master of cougars. Okay.
Cream.
Welcome to Coffee
Cream getter.
Dating Game.
Look, you see, he get a little nervous. He started to twitch like, we got this phone. Okay, thank you all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. And again, thank you everybody. And again, donate DelvinMoody.com. Where is it? DelvinMoody.com for efforts for his upcoming campaign. You can also sign up to volunteer, things of that nature as well. Again, do not hesitate to contact Coffee or Cream. If we can do anything within our realms, we will help you.
Coffee is going on sabbatical for about a good week.
I'm being good. I'm trying to be good.
I just want to. Here is my last thing, because I do take notes. And one thing, or you said a lot of great and awesome things, but for us to, I guess, encourage the raising of the consciousness of our people is key, because it's not just our people have been beaten down by on every side, and so to encourage people to think differently, that is a goal. That's a personal goal of mine as well, and so I think it takes all of us to help. We are all in need of in some way or another, to continue to climb. So I love that you said that.
Thank you. My two new faves.
I'm the serious one. I'm seeing it. And
you look like Olivia Pope. And I was like, hey, where you going, Creed?
Well, you know, coffee is strong by itself anyway, so you know.
You better tell somebody. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream, right?
No. Always cream, Berta. Coffee. I can't do it, y'all.
You silly. They're gonna be silly on this little blue app. But again, thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you all.
What we got coming up next? Coffee and Cream got some things coming up on sisterhood, colorism in our community, brotherhood, of course, and what was the other one? What was the other one? I forgot. And some other topics.
Something.
What was it?
We got a good lineup. We got some good stuff.
Coming soon. So tune in and we'll be in touch with everybody. Thank you so much. We love you again. www.delvinmoody.com. And thank you for all the donations thus far. And please like and share. Please share this video. Please share Delvin Moody's link. I'll post it again so others who was not able to attend can also provide that donation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.